Space travel is one of man's greatest achievements, yet only very few of us have ever experienced it firsthand. So here are 8 crazy facts that as a space traveler, you would find out. If asked to guess what outer space smelled like, the majority of us would be tempted to say that it smelled like ozone, like nothingness. But astronauts claim that that is not the fact. After going on spacewalks, most report a hot, meaty metallic scent, like welding fumes. Others assert that there's a fruity note of raspberry and rum. Although one cannot stick his nose out into the vacuum of space, once astronauts return into their capsule or back onto Earth, they notice distinct odors on their equipment and spacesuits. These freeze-dried meals are prepared on space shuttles with the addition of water. The most famous was a little slab of Neapolitan ice cream. These foods don't taste all that great, but in zero gravity, one's senses are often severely compromised. Without gravity to secure things in place, food does not settle on taste buds in the way we are accustomed. Moreover, the fluids rise and coalesce in sinuses, leaving astronauts with the feeling rather like a congestion of a bad cold. The lack of taste leads those in space to favor foods with a rather strong flavor like Tabasco sauce. Astronauts actually grow about 2 inches taller while they're in space. This is because with zero gravity, there is no pressure pushing down on the spinal column. Therefore, it expands between the discs. Due to this fact, spacesuits are made 2 inches taller than the astronaut's height. While in orbit, the space shuttle travels around Earth at the speed of about 17,500 miles per hour. At this speed, the crew can see a sunrise or sunset every 45 minutes. It does this with the space shuttle's 3 main engines, having a combined output of 37 million horsepower. With all this power, it propels the space shuttle to its maximum speed of over 17,000 miles per hour in just 8 minutes. Time dilation in basic terms is the fact that time moves slower the faster one is traveling. For example, if we had 2 identical working clocks and we kept one here on Earth and sent the other into space, the one in space would actually tick slower than the one kept on Earth because of its relative speed. The difference in time, however, increases the closer one gets to the speed of light, which is roughly 186,000 miles per second. So say you were 15 years old when you left Earth, in a spacecraft traveling at about 99% of the speed of light, and you had a 5-year space voyage. When you get home at the age of 20, you would find that all your classmates were 65 years old. So if your journey began in 2015, you would have taken you only 5 years to travel to the year 2065, whereas it would have taken all of your friends 50 years. Now before you get excited, traveling at the speed of light is completely out of our reach for now. Therefore, the record holder for the most time dilation is cosmonaut Sergei Avdyev. In his 747 combined mission days, he went approximately 17,000 miles per hour and thus aged roughly 20 milliseconds less than Earthbound people did. When Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin returned victorious from their moon landing, they were not immediately hoisted on the shoulders of their countrymen and treated to a grand festival for their accomplishment. In fact, the fear that they might have acquired some kind of lunar pathogen during their trip to the moon led them to be quarantined in a converted Airstream trailer for 21 days. Only after it could be determined that they were healthy and not bringing back some kind of space plague were they allowed to begin a celebration. This procedure was followed for the next 3 missions, until after the Apollo 14 mission, when it was finally confirmed that the moon was devoid of life. Cold welding is the process in which if 2 pieces of metal touch in space, they become permanently stuck together. The 2 pieces of metal without any coating on them will form into one piece in the vacuum of space. This doesn't happen on Earth because the atmosphere puts a layer of oxidized material between the surfaces. This might seem like it would be a big problem on the space station, but as most tools used there have come from Earth, they are already coated with this material. In fact, the only evidence of this seen so far has been experiments designed to provoke the reaction. Most of us, when we think of space traveling, we immediately think of astronauts, but in literal terms, we are all space travelers. Because of the Earth's massive size, we feel as if we are standing still, but that could not be further than the truth. We are on a gigantic rock zipping through the galaxy, with latest estimates putting the speed of Earth in relation to the cosmic background at over 872,000 miles per hour.